Danit Ata. My family is from Tsuut'ina Nation, part of the Dene Athabascan speaking people that stretch from Alaska to South America. One of our great traditions is herbology. My mother came from a long tradition of the usage of the medicines. She carried that knowledge with her and decided to move to Calgary to become a nurse. As she was in school, her brother said she should begin writing letters to a friend of his. My father had enlisted in the U.S. Army because he knew that Native veterans in World War II did not receive pensions from the Canadian government, and he did not want to have the same fate. After 3 years of writing, my father came home and they were married, moving to Small Boy Camp on the Kootenay Plains between Jasper and Banff. Me and my 10 siblings grew up on the land in a very traditional lifestyle. My father was a spiritual healer, and my mother was a nurse and herbal healer in addition to being a strong Catholic. I took a keen interest in the herbal healing, and my mother taught me everything she knew. Years later, I was hired as a traditional wellness counselor with Alberta Health Services. Around that time, my father was appointed to the Wisdom Council. In 2013, my father was invited to help open the South Health Campus Hospital in Calgary, and I was also invited to attend. I remember that day so clearly. As all the leaders from all different faiths said their blessings, there was a real sense of connection and hope for the future. My father was the last to go, and he said something I'll never forget. All the different denominations here remind me of a teepee. Every pole represents all the faiths on Mother Earth, and each of our faiths goes straight up to Creator. But just like the poles touch, all of our beliefs touch, in that we are aiming to be good, humble people. On our way home, I asked him, "Dad, whose religious beliefs are the ear poles? Because those poles don't actually touch the teepee." Without hesitation, he said, "That's business and government. Those ear poles are meant to protect the teepee by helping to funnel smoke straight up. And if business and government aren't doing their jobs, we're all up in smoke." A few years later, my father got cancer, and he insisted that he wanted to go to South Health Campus. There he received amazing care. They allowed him to smudge, allowed all his big extended families to be with him 24/7. And when his care was to shift to hospice, they worked with us to prepare our house and provide transportation so that he can die at home as he wished. Now is the time for change and unity. We all must do our part. Both my late mother and father did their part, and I am honored to continue their legacy by doing mine. See you, guys.